collaborating with anyone, open discussions, doing art with the Palestinian parts. I think I would love to appear in a book anthology with other Palestinian artists. I don't care what the story is going to be. They could, be very open. I'm very liberal. They could say anything they want. I could say anything I want, but I'm tired of hearing negative things about both sides. If we're going to do an art project, I think people would notice that, first of all, we could do stuff together, which is amazing. Art it's like a big trumpet. It could go places, It's like music, and I'm all for it, And people call me, Zionist in a bad way because I'm doing a Jewish superhero, but my Jewish superhero is a different superhero, He's a fat guy. He's a redhead guy. He loves Xbox, and he's not very smart, it's okay, He's a regular guy.
But all Jews are smart.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. He's very smart, but the way he solves his problems is very funny. It's filled with humor, which is very Jewish. And this is the things that I want to emphasize in a hero: a good heart, motivation, a sensitive guy, not sensitive in a way that people will, but a guy that is aware of his, surroundings. And a good heart, so this is basically.
So, are you just going to keep doing more falafel mans until?
Well, I'm doing falafel man for the time being. I stopped doing the comic books because I'm working on a graphic novel.
I read about that. That's not. Are you doing what you thought you might be doing about the soldier coming back after the Lebanon War?
No, I can't actually cancel that. Okay. But I'm doing something also different. I'm doing something that is called Muktzeh. Muktzeh is a notorious guy. Something that is outcast. He's a Jewish artist that does something for the newspaper.
He's real? You mean
It's based on true story.
Okay.
You remember that cartoonist, the Danish cartoonist that published the Muhammad cartoon with the bomb? Actually, it created riots in Europe. More than 1,000 people were killed for months. It was riots. And I met Shimon Peres in one of the events, and I told him about that. We spoke about it, and he said if the international community and Israel would not interfere, a war would start in Europe. So I'm very excited to have a job or to control a tool that is so powerful, especially among communities that not everyone in the Arab world knows how to read, which is fine. And the information sometimes that they get from, about politics, about the relationship between their country and Israel is based on caricatures. And most of the times are anti-Semitic cartoons. If you cross the line even in a little bit, they still look for him to kill him. He's got a panic room in his house. He's got 3 apartments in Europe, and my story is based on a Jewish artist that does a cartoon and creates riots, and he has to move away and live his old life. But he found out something about his grandfather that also had the same talent and was around World War II in Poland. And the way he survived by using the same skill. So this is my new story.
Is he a superhero?
No,
person?
It's a regular graphic novel.
It's a graphic novel.
It's a graphic novel. It's one story, and this is the main thing that I'm working on. It's something. It has a lot to say about Israel. It has a lot to say about freedom of speech. It has a lot to say about the other side. It has a lot to say about the fear that I was born with, and I was during the Gulf War, the #2 Gulf War. I remember wearing a mask, and being with my family inside of a small room every time the alarm went on. So I remember joining the military, and I remember my sister was caught in the bombing. The huge bombing in Dizengoff Center, and me and my family thought she was dead, and she just called 4 hours later because the phones were dead. So, you know,
it's like exit wounds.
Yeah,
you read it?
Exactly. It's a
so
wonderful
real.
book, and the minute I read it, I picked up the phone and called Dorit, and I said, "You're going to win the Eisner for sure."
Yeah, I was very moved by it.
She
did a really
nailed
good
it,
job.
man.
She did nail it.
She brought an interesting story in an interesting angle, the kind of angle that doesn't, it's not tedious, it's not repeating the same stuff that you see on the news. It's just a it's telling the story, it's in the background, but the angle is just so clever.
It's very sophisticated literature. I'm doing a course this year called Contemporary Voices in the Middle East, and I think I'll probably use that. I mean, I think for
amazing.
I'm going to get copies of that.
It's translated in Europe to every single...
so many levels to it.
Yeah, so many levels. Yes.